Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. It's Jason again. I just thought I'd come back and make another video for you guys. This time I'm going to talk about reselling pre-loved clothing on eBay in particular. Now, what gives me any right really to talk about selling pre-loved clothing on eBay? Well, I just want to share with you that I've personally sold over 100,000 items on eBay over the last 16 years and done multiple millions in sales on ebay.co.uk selling pre-loved women's clothing. And just to provide you with some sort of proof that I've actually gone and done that myself, I'll just show you my eBay store. This is my eBay store here. As you can see, it's got my name, and you can see I've sold over 100,000 items on eBay and have over 48,000 feedback ratings and 100% positive feedback as well. So that's a little bit about me and sort of my sort of proof that I have done this myself, and in this video I'm going to explain to you realistically the three, what I think are the three most fundamental rules for growing and building an eBay store, in particular when you're selling pre-loved clothing. Right, let's get into it. So first of all, I've got this blog post on my website which is how to make £1,000 a month selling pre-loved clothing on eBay, Vinted and Depop. Now in this video I'm going to predominantly focus on eBay, although you can follow these steps on pretty much on any marketplace and it should work. Now the first rule is that you have to list every single day. Now I've said this to some people and they're like, I don't understand, why have I got to list every single day? Well, the reason you have to list every single day is because every marketplace works the same way, with the exception of Amazon. Amazon doesn't work like this at all. But any other marketplace like eBay or Etsy or Vinted, Depop, they all work the same way, is that they absolutely thrive on you guys, sellers, creating new listings every single day. Just think of how eBay charge you insertion fees for every listing you create. I know they offer, the discounts for private sellers and things like that, but for the most part, eBay makes a ton of money from you guys creating listings on its marketplace every day. So it's no surprise that they actually want you to create listings as often as you can and put as many listings on the marketplace as possible, because it just provides the marketplace with more selection and they're just getting recurring revenue from you guys every 30 days when your listings are renewing, and you keep paying the fees, whether that's you're paying fees directly in insertion fees or whether you're paying shop fees. They're getting paid and without you even selling anything. So they absolutely want you to create new listings every day and they will send you traffic when you do. So rule number one is list every single day without exception. Now what we recommend is that you pick a number that you can honestly say to yourself that you can, right, I can do 5 a day or 10 a day or 20 a day. Honestly, be honest with yourself and say, can I actually list that number of items per day on eBay or any other marketplace? And if you think, just think of your daily schedule and you think, when can I actually do it? How long is it going to take me? And say if you need an hour to list 5 items on eBay, then think to yourself, can I spare an hour a day? So can I get 5 items on eBay per day? And the best thing to do is to just pick a number which you can absolutely guarantee and do, because eBay absolutely loves consistency. So the number one thing you should do right from the start is just come up with a listing goal, pick a number that you can stick to every single day, regardless of what's going on in your life, and just make sure you hit that goal every single day. And I guarantee you that is the number one way to build traffic on eBay. Now, the second part of this rule is that you should always strive to increase the number of overall listings in your store in order to sustain growth. And the reason is because every listing you put on will increase the number of impressions you get in search results, and will just increase the number of page views you get to your listings every day. So if the number of listings in your store goes down, you can pretty much guarantee that the number of page views you get to your listings will go down. And if the page views go down, then your sales will go down. That again, I can guarantee. I've done this so many times for so many years, and I've just seen so many charts and so much data about this, that this is what happens. And the only way to overcome it is the only way to continue growing your store is to just keep increasing the number of listings in your store. Keep expanding your product range, keep hitting that daily listing goal, and the number of listings will increase. Obviously, you will get to a point where you are essentially selling the equivalent of what you're putting on every day. And when you get to that point, you will see that your store does no longer grow. It basically, you'll stay at the same amount of sales on average per month, every single month, until you decide to increase your listing goal. Say you were doing 5 before and now you're doing 10, and your sales are at, I don't know, say £1,000 a month, and they will stay at £1,000 a month if you keep your store in balance. Say you've got, I don't know, say you've got 600, 700 items in your store, and you're listing 5 a day and you're selling 5 a day. Roughly, you'd probably be selling a bit more than that, because the average conversion is about 1% on Preloved clothing. But it's 1% of page views, not of listings. There's a bit of a misconception there. So a lot of people think, especially when you get information off YouTube, in hindsight, this is on YouTube. But you'll hear a lot of people say, you'll sell approximately about 1% of your listings that you've got on. So if you've got 700 listings on eBay, then you could probably expect to sell 7 per day. It doesn't actually work like that. It's more to do with page views than it is to do with actual listing numbers. But if you want to use that as a metric, it might work for you, it might not. But it's basically about 1% of page views is what you'll actually realistically get for Preloved clothing. And it obviously depends on the value of the clothing you're at, but I'm talking about high street stuff, in the UK, which is realistically selling between £10 and £14 on eBay. You should probably be selling about 1%. If you're selling more than that, great, you're doing a fantastic job. And if you're selling less than that, you're doing something wrong. So, right, so the third part of this first rule, I know this is sort of 3 parts to a single rule, but don't use any listing software because you don't need it. It's just a waste of money. I'm not going to name any names of listing software that's out there, because I don't want to endorse any, I don't want to promote any, because none are worth promoting. Honestly, they're just a complete waste of money. That's just my experience of it, and you absolutely don't need it. Obviously, you can use listing software to create, hundreds or thousands of listings in. I know software that you can create thousands of listings on eBay. Just connect to a Shopify catalog and create thousands of listings within a couple of minutes. And whilst this may work in the very short term, to sort of get a few sales, get your store off the ground, it's not a long-term strategy, and your store will just completely crash the moment you stop listing. You'll get an initial amount of traffic because of that listing that you put on. So for the next couple of days or the next few weeks, those listings, say you put 1,000 listings on in one go, those listings will get an initial spurt of traffic, and then within a few weeks, all that will die off, and your store will just be literally tumbleweed, and you'll be selling almost nothing. For sustained growth, you need a listing strategy, which is a daily listing strategy, which basically means picking a listing goal, sticking to that number, making sure you hit it every single day, and make sure that you're increasing the number of listings in your store if you want to grow. If you want to stay the same, just make sure you're keeping your number of listings in your store the same every month. If you're selling 10 a day and you're listing 10 a day, great. You'll whatever level of sales you're at, you'll stay there. But if you want to grow, you're going to have to list more, so you're going to have to put in a bit more effort. But that is literally, number 1 rule: list every single day without exception. Right. Rule number 2. Rule number 2 is use promotions and discounts every day with the shortest possible duration. Now, this gets a little bit of attention as well when I tell people to do this, because they don't quite understand the concept of why this works and how it benefits them. Now, obviously, you know, unless you're a complete idiot, you should know that promotions and discounts are just a great way of driving traffic anywhere, not on eBay, on any marketplace, or even your own website. For God's sake, people love deals. It will absolutely drive more traffic than not running promotions or discounts. So you should absolutely be using them. Now, more importantly, when it comes to marketplaces, especially over, say, you know, your own store, is that what we see is that buyers don't tend to get what we call promotion fatigue, which is, you know, I'll give an example. If you go to say you go to Sony, no, actually, because we're selling clothing, so we're talking about clothing, let me use something a bit more relevant. Say you go to Nike website. If you go to Nike's website and you're looking to buy trainers or clothes or anything really, if Nike were running a 40% off discount and they were running a discount every single day, every time you went to the Nike website they had a 40% discount, you would get promotion fatigue. You would see that promotion so often that you would just think that's the regular price, right? Because you go into a single website, you're seeing the same items over and over again, they've got the same discount on them. You would not be inclined, you would be initially, but after a while, after you've shopped on there for a few times over, you'd just be like, right, I see what they're doing. It's like if you're from the UK, it's like the DFS approach to selling sofas. You know, there was a joke, you know, many years back where DFS would basically have adverts on TV every single day, and they'd always have some sort of sale on. But realistically, yeah, it was just everything was marked up, and that's how they sold their items. They sold their items just on promotion all the time. To me, that was just too much. That was promotion fatigue. You knew when you went in store that everything was going to be on sale already. That was the normal price. So yeah, that was just too much. But when it comes to, if I just go back to the Nike example, so where with Nike, if you were going to their website and they had a promotion on every single day, you would just get bored of that promotion and you wouldn't be inclined, you wouldn't be encouraged to buy anything from that promotion. You would essentially get fatigued to the promotion because you'd seen it so often. It wasn't providing anything new. You were just thinking that they were just trying to use it to get customers, and you were too wise to it, so you wouldn't fall in for it. And you just would think that was the normal price anyway, so you wouldn't buy. That's essentially what promotion fatigue would do to you, because you would become savvy to it. However, marketplaces are pretty unique because you have a situation where you have obviously hundreds of thousands, millions of buyers potentially coming to your listings on a monthly basis, and the chances of the same buyers coming to your listing, obviously you do get repeat business, but it's not much. The chances of the same buyers coming across your listings every day when they're searching for items is actually very, very slim. And especially when you're selling clothing on eBay, you know, Preloved clothing, where you've got single pieces, the likelihood of buyers getting promotion fatigue just from you is basically zero. It just doesn't occur on marketplaces. So you should absolutely be using promotions and discounts, and you should be running those promotions and discounts every single day, without exception. Again, just like the listing goal every day, you should be running promotions every day, because if you run promotions every day, it will do a couple of things. Number one, you'll get more traffic to your listings. If you're running promotions, eBay will have a tendency to promote your items higher in search. They'll place better in promoted listings because they've got discounts on them. So you absolutely want to use promotions in order to get more traffic. And number two is listings with promotions will just quite simply, they'll convert more buyers. If a buyer sees a normal price of £10 and it's got 30% off, and they can get it today for £7 because you're running a 30% off discount, it doesn't matter if you run a 30% discount every single day. The chances are you haven't got the same buyer coming back. So it's you know, that same buyer doesn't know that you had that 30% discount on yesterday. So all it will do is it will just encourage people that day who come across your listings to convert. So running promotions every single day is something that you should absolutely do. Now, there is a bit of a nuance to how you actually do this specifically every day on eBay, because there are a couple of ways that you can run promotions. You've got coupons, you've got sale events, and you've got order discounts. Now, you don't need to run all three. We recommend just running two, and the two that we recommend running are coupons and sale events. So what we generally do is every single day we go into the account, which, you know, whether it's our account or one of the accounts that we manage. Bear me a second, I'm just going to have some of my coffee a minute. And what we'll do is we'll set up a sale event discount, and that will be a 30% off or 40% off or whatever we're running currently. And we will set that up to start straight away. It needs to schedule on eBay, so it does take about an hour or two to start, I think. So you'll set it up to start as soon as it can, and then you'll schedule it to end the following day. Now, ideally, I would like to end it the same day. I would you know, just go as late as I can, which I think is 11:30 on eBay. So you set the start straight away, end at 11:30 that day. Now, unfortunately, eBay doesn't allow you to use sale events which don't run longer than 24 hours. So all you do to run on the shortest possible duration, not distance, is you just set the end date to the following day. So say, for example, we went in this morning, set the discount. We'll have that discount run until 11:30 and end on the 10th of, it's the 9th today, 9th of April. That'll end on the 10th of April now at 11:30 p.m. And in doing so, eBay will then promote that promotion. They will send that promotion out in emails and just push it higher in search results, you know, your listings. Just because you're running promotions every single day, it's just like they like new listings, they also like new promotions as well. It's very important and often overlooked. If you run a promotion, you set that promotion, I think you can do sale events for 2 weeks the longest. If you run a sale event for 2 weeks, within a couple of days, eBay have got new sellers creating new sales all the time. You think they're going to keep on promoting your sale? No, they're not. But if you create a new sale, they will promote it, and over and over and over again. So by setting the shortest possible duration on your sale, you will absolutely maximize the most potential amount of traffic to your listings just by running that sale on the shortest possible duration. Now, we also recommend backing that up with a coupon, which we again run on the shortest possible distance. I keep saying bloody distance. I mean duration. So go into eBay's promotion tools. Again, these promotion tools are only available to business sellers, by the way. If you're a private seller, you can't use these. Not without a store anyway. Go into the promotion tools on eBay and set up a promotion, which a coupon promotion. Give it a coupon name. I like to use my store name. So if your store is, you know, my store name is my name, so I use that as the coupon code. Set the promotion discount rate at the same rate as your sale event. So if you're running a 30% sale, run the coupon at 30% as well, so they match. And then set that to end today at 11:30. Now, unlike sale events, coupons you can end the same day as you set them. So tell it to start immediately, end the same day, and then eBay will go off and promote that coupon to your buyers. Simple as that. Do it again every single day, and I guarantee you'll get more traffic and you'll get more sales by taking these steps. Right. Rule number 3. So rule number 3 is not a daily rule, but it's more of a weekly rule, if you like. Rule number 3 is removing underperforming listings from your store. Now, what constitutes an underperforming listing? So In my view, an underperforming listing is any listing which is not generating any sales, not generating any views, hasn't got any watchers or not generating any new watchers, hasn't got any likes, hasn't got any favorites. Now, obviously on eBay, I think you can like listings now. Favorites is an Etsy thing. Again, these rules apply to other marketplaces as well. So you can apply them. It's not just eBay. You can apply them anywhere. eBay, Etsy, Vinted, Depop, Poshmark, anything really. But basically, underperforming listings harm your account in a very big way, because it's not known to you, but in the background of your store, and I'm sure other marketplaces work like this, but on eBay it definitely does. On the background of your store, you have an account level conversion rate on eBay, which is a metric which you can't see. You can see your conversion rate in your traffic tab, but this is not what I'm talking about. This is an account level conversion rate. This is how well you're converting the type of items that you're putting on your store. So this gives eBay an indication of how much traffic to actually send you, because if your account level conversion rate is really good, say for example it's like 10%, and you create new listings, then eBay are going to send you a shitload of traffic, because they know that you've historically converted the listings that you're putting on. They know that you've historically converted at 10%. They're going to send you all the traffic in the world, because a 10% conversion rate on eBay is phenomenal. I'm not used to talking like this all the time, so I could drink my coffee. Right. In converse to that, or inverse to that rather, if your account level conversion rate is like 0.1%, basically you just keep listing crap all the time which never sells, then every time you create new listings, eBay are just not going to send you anything, because they're going to be like, well, this account just lists crap all the time. We've sent them traffic in the past, never sold anything, so there's, we're going to send them the minimum amount of traffic that we possibly can. So that's why your account level conversion rate is really important, and that's why removing what we call underperforming listings from your account is also really important. Because if you leave listings on your account which aren't selling, then they're pulling down your overall account conversion rate. If you remove those listings, you will instantly improve this account level conversion rate by magnitudes of order, and it will just have a positive effect on your entire store. I've literally seen this happen within. I've taken over stores that we've sort of gone in to start managing, and one of the first things we do is we go through the client's listings, and we immediately remove all of the underperforming listings from the account. Now that's not to say that you can't sell those items. It doesn't mean the items are crap. It just means that the items have probably just been buried in search because they've been listed for so long, didn't pick up any traction, and they're just dead. They have to be removed. If you leave them on your store, it'll harm the entire store, and you'll be forever just thinking, why am I not getting any traffic, or why am I not getting sales? Well, the reason you're not getting sales is because you're not getting enough traffic, and the reason you're not getting enough traffic is because eBay doesn't want to send you any, because your account's just historically got such a low level of conversion. eBay knows it's just wasted traffic sending new traffic. So do yourself a favor, get rid of these poor performing listings from your account, and within a few weeks you'll start to see your account level conversion rate increase, and you'll start to see the benefits of more traffic, and ultimately you'll just get more sales. So that's pretty much summed that up in terms of the top 3 things that I would recommend that any eBay seller does, whether you're selling Preloved clothing or pretty much anything on eBay. I would recommend doing this. I would apply these rules regardless of what type of store I was dealing with. There are a few nuances here and there, but I'm sure if you subscribe to my channel I might share a few more tips further along down the line. So yeah, that's a hint to subscribe. But anyway, I'm not going to end the video there. There's a little bit more. So moving on, now you know how to essentially, what to do in order to, say, generate your first £1,000 a month in sales on eBay selling clothing. What are you going to sell? Well, lucky for you, we run a business which gives you everything that you need in order to start selling Preloved clothing on eBay. We run a Preloved clothing wholesale company, and we offer drop shipping on over 600 pieces of clothing that you get access to when you become a reseller through ourselves. And all you need to do in order to get started selling clothing on eBay today through the means of drop shipping is that you just go to our website, which is here. I've got it in the background. Let me just go to the home page so you can see what that looks like. So there you go, head to the website, menu, and Preloved women's wear, and this is the page we were just on. Everything I was just explaining is just on this page. Now I've got full step-by-step guide here on how to get started selling women's clothing. First step is create a retail account. Nice and easy. I'll show you that. It's name, business name, date of birth. Even if you're a private seller, you can do this. You don't need to put a business name in. Just yesterday, eBay announced that private sellers no longer pay eBay fees, which is crazy. But if you're thinking about dipping your toes in the pond of reselling clothing, then you can use your private eBay account today to to get started, and you can start selling the clothing that we offer and see whether it's it's something that you would like to potentially do. It's not going to cost you anything to do, completely free to list, and you've got the benefit of no fees for selling clothing on eBay anymore if you're a private seller. So it's completely risk free, and it's completely free to join our program. So yeah, I don't see any downside to you just trying that out. You can just try it, list a few items, and see how it goes. And if you like it, then you can think about switching your account over to a business account and doing it on more scale. Anyway, after you've created an account, you can come back to the guide here, and the step 2 would be to set your eBay business policies to accept import files. Now, what are eBay business policies? So business policies, they don't sound as complicated as what they are. These apply even if you're a private seller, I think. Business policies are just well, actually, I'll show you what business policies are. Let me open this link in a new tab. Right, this is business policies. If you don't see this screen, it's because you haven't opted in for business policies on your account yet. You'll see an opt-in screen when you go to eBay. Now, all business policies is they're just a payment policy, which is automatic now on eBay because they have their own payment provider. Postage policies and returns policy. So, for example, we've set up 3 policies: one for payment, one for returns, and one for postage. Now, all the policies do, they just define your return settings, whether you do or don't accept returns. Payment settings used to be, the PayPal email address that you use for payment. Now eBay does their own payment processing. It's automatic now, so you don't really need to worry yourself too much with the payment profile. But with the postage profile, set up a postage profile called postage clothing, like we've done here. It explains exactly what you need to do here. Set up 3 new policies which match these. Set those policies to your default. Set up your postage price. We recommend charging $3.50 per item. As you see here, we charge $5.50 for next day. Once you set up those postage policies, you'll be able to use our eBay import files, which I'll show you in a second how that works. So the reason you need to set them as default, by the way, is because if you don't, when you try and use our import files and upload to eBay, the import will just fail because it can't match it to a business policy. So follow this guide here, and if you have any problems, you can just click contact us here, and it gives you access to our reseller community, and you can just come and ask me, you know, I need help. So I'll help you set up your business policies for you. Right. The third step, once you've done this, once you've set up your business policies, the third step is you want to go and look at our clothing catalog. Now you can access the catalog here. You don't need to be signed up in order to anyone. It's public. Anyone can see the catalog. The clothing catalog is here. This is what you see on the screen. And I'll just go through this. These are all the items that we currently have available in stock, apart from the ones which they sold. They've already been sold by others. And this is all the listing data you need in order to create listings on eBay or Vinted, Depop, wherever. All you need to do is use this catalog, and you can browse the items. You know, you can click on the images, you can download all these images, like so. You can see we use high quality images. I think there's over 600 items in stock, I think. Right now, we add new items every single day on almost a daily basis. We add usually about 100 new items every single week. And you can see whether, you know, are there other people selling these items, because there's a watches column here. Look, if you hover, you can get a little bit more information about what each one of these columns means. And you can see, look, we've got a couple of people watching these items here, so you know other people are already selling these items. So, you know, there's a bit of competition if you try selling these items. Now, you can, with our program, you can opt to actually buy the item now, which means that you pay for the item up front, excluding postage. And what we do is we actually reserve the item for you. So the item then becomes exclusive to you. Anyone currently selling that item gets a notification, says the item's no longer available, out of stock, and then you become the exclusive seller, which means only you can sell that item. So if you see certain items come in the catalogue and you think, you know what, I've sold that item a few times before, I know it's guaranteed to sell, I want to be the exclusive seller, you can come on here and go, right, I know that River Island top there, that's going to sell. Click buy now, and just fill out the quick form, make your payment, and done. The item will reserve instantly. You can add the item to your eBay store and or Depop or Vinted store, and you'll become the exclusive seller, and only you will be able to sell that item. So that gives you guaranteed rights to that item specifically. Now, what is a watch item notification? Or why do we have watch item notifications? So the reason why we have watch item notifications, you can see the watch item button here in the catalog. So the watch item notification basically subscribes you via email to exactly that, watch item notifications. So if the status changes, if the item is currently in stock, if somebody sells the item or somebody reserves the item and the item is no longer available, you'll receive an instant email notification notifying you that that item is no longer available. And if you're actually in our community, in our seller community on Slack, which you can join via the link in the bottom of the website, which is there, not there. Who is it? Here. There you go. Just pop your email address in here, press go, and it'll take you over to our Slack community, and you can just come inside of Slack, and then you have access to me all the time. You can ask questions if you get stuck or whatever. But if you're inside Slack as well, it means you'll get notifications, both email and Slack notifications, whenever an item goes out of stock. So you can. This is how we manage to sell or allow other people or multiple sellers to sell the same item, because they're all subscribed to instant notifications. So whenever the item goes out of stock, everyone gets a notification. They then go remove the items from the stores, and everyone's happy and no one's selling out of stock items. Right. That's basically what a watch item notification is. Now, the other reason why you want to create a watch item notification is because we give you access inside your account when you go to the account section on our website, which is under account here. inside your account, you will have a table very similar like this, but it's a watch item list. Let me see if I can give you an example of what that actually looks like. Let me just pull up a watch item list for somebody else. Just to show you what that looks like. Right, let me just pull this up and I'll drag it in. Right, this is watch item list for a guy named Ben, who's currently selling clothing with us. And in the watch item sections, there are 3 sections. You have sold, reserves, and in stock. And you can expand them, and you can use filters to find stuff that you want. You can add conditions, stuff like that. But basically, inside your account, you can do all of this. And what the watch list does is it allows you to just keep tabs on what you're actually selling. So, for example, when you're inside your watch list, you can see all of your solds. Your solds are split up into 2 different sections. So you have sold by someone else. So these are items that need removing from your store if you haven't already removed them. What you can actually do with your watch item list as a backup to just make sure that you're not selling out of stock items is every day, once a day or twice a day, come into your watch item list. It's ordered by last updated. And what happens is the latest updated items will be at the top of your list. So when new items are sold by someone else, for example, they'll be right to the top of the list, and you've got a SKU number there, and you can just go in, remove this item from your store straight away. It also tracks the items that you've sold yourself, like that, and gives you, totals. And it also shows you all the in-stock items that you're currently subscribed to. Now, the beauty of these in-stock items inside your watch list is you can actually now download the eBay CSV files, which are the import files I was talking about up here, which is what we're setting up the business policies for. We set up these business policies to accept these eBay import files. Now, the import file is basically just a CSV file, which is like an Excel file, and it has all of the listing data from the catalog already set up for you. All you have to do is download that file. Okay, it does tell you how to do it here. It's on the next step. Download that file, go to the uploads page on eBay, upload template, choose file, choose your file for the listing that you want to put on, and done. Within less than 10 seconds you would have created an eBay listing, and then you can manage that listing on eBay. You can make changes to it, change the price, change the title, change the description. You can do anything you want. It's that simple. You can literally, talking about that listing goal earlier on, if you had a listing goal of 5 or 10 items per day, I know that you can, using this method, you could put 10 items on eBay within less than 10 minutes. It honestly is, it's that quick. Right, so that's basically how you list on eBay with this program. Is you create watch item notifications for the stuff you want to list. Once you create the watch item notification, you can go to your watch list, download the eBay import file, go to the upload page on eBay, import the file, and then you're selling that item on eBay literally within seconds. It's so simple. Once you step 5 is requesting access to your watch item list. You'll need to contact us through our retailer portal, which is the seller community I was talking about earlier on. Just reach out to us and we'll create that watch item list for you, and then give you direct access to that, so you can see the items that you're selling, keep tabs on them. You only need to do this once. Once you have access, you'll be able to access it through a direct link, which you can bookmark, or it will also be available through the account section on our website as well. When you log in, you'll also see a watch item list there as well. Now, step 6, when you sell an item, all you do, you open your watch item list. So here, for example, and you would go to, if the item wasn't pre-reserved, so you hadn't chosen to buy the item for exclusivity, the item would be in your in stock. So say it was this item, you can use the search by SKU 5378 for example, click buy now, and then you would just, I've sold the item, I've purchased a shipping label. You can upload your shipping label, you can buy shipping labels on eBay. I would recommend buying shipping labels on eBay because it's actually cheaper than what we would charge you to ship the item. We charge a flat rate of $2.95. I think buying every track label on eBay is $2.94. So there's not much difference, but the benefit of buying your own label is, one, you can upload the label here and tracking automatically gets uploaded to your eBay store when you do that. So highly recommend buying your own labels. If you upload your own label, then you won't be charged a shipping fee. So the total cost here is just the unit cost for the item, and you see the unit cost for this item is $2.24 and the list price for this item is £8. So there's plenty of profit margin in the items that we sell. You can actually see this for yourself in the general catalogue. So if I pull up that item, which is 5378 in the general catalogue, which is here, so this is this item, and you can see the list price is £8, but you can set any price you want. This is just the price of the item will start at if you use our import files. We recommend charging $3.50 for postage. Okay, again, you can set up any postage amount that you want. The unit cost is $2.24, which is what we see here when we're trying to buy it. And the dropship fee is the postage label fee that we would charge you, but if you, like I said, if you create your own shipping labels, there's no dropship fee at all. There's no dropship fee if you buy your own shipping labels, so you can ignore that column. It does say it here if you hover the information for this column. And then the eBay profit is pre-calculated for you, as is the Vinted profit, as is the Depop profit, and these are basically the three major marketplaces that we recommend selling on. You don't have to sell on all three, but you can do. If you just want to stick to eBay, we only have import files for eBay because eBay allows CSV upload. Vinted doesn't allow for CSV upload, and neither does Depop, I think. So there's no bulk upload feature for those marketplaces. In the case of those marketplaces, you would just use the catalog to download the images. You can use our titles. You can use our descriptions as well, which are here. It's all generated by AI. All the listing information that you need is in the catalog for you, and you can just create listings on those other marketplaces as well. Again, you don't have to use import files on eBay either. You can create listings individually if you want. I don't really see any benefit doing this because it's quite slow. You can just use our import files, and if you're creating 10 listings a day, you can do your 10 in less than 10 minutes. So you can see you've got your profits, works out your profits here for each of the marketplaces, and it gives you a little description there in each column about what that excludes, such as listing fees, subscriptions, advertising fees, or VAT. Obviously, if you're a private seller, you're not paying VAT, you're not paying listing fees, and you're not, well, actually, funny enough, because eBay have only just made this change for private sellers, these profit calculations are intended for business sellers. So they take into account things like your final value fees on eBay. So now there are no final value fees on eBay for private sellers, at least. Then your actual profit is higher than this. So that's basically the catalog, how it works. If you have any questions about the catalog, just join my seller community and reach out to me there directly, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. And that is, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. It's that easy to get started selling Preloved clothing. You can literally just come to this page, sign up for an account, start selling clothing this afternoon. It'd be that easy. And then you're a clothing reseller, whether you're on eBay, Vinted, Depop, wherever. Just follow my 3 rules, and I can pretty much guarantee that you'll start generating sales within the first, 10 days. If you just keep to a listing goal of say 5 or 10 a day, 5 a day will do. That's fine. Take you literally 5 minutes per day. Who hasn't got 5 minutes per day to put 5 listings on? I would have to say pretty much nobody. And yeah, within, if you follow this, if you list 5 a day, follow this guide, I can pretty much guarantee that within, if you did that for a year, you would be at £1,000 a month. If you want to get there quicker, just list more. It's just a numbers game. But make sure whatever your listing goal is, you stick to it. You always increase the number of listings on your store, so you're growing traffic to your store all the time, and your sales will just gradually increase. Now, oh god, my throat. I'm not used to this YouTube stuff. And my coffee's gone cold. Right. Now, how can we help you further? Right. So, if any of you are here as a result of watching my last video, then you might be familiar with a program that we offer, which is called the Dropship Launch Accelerator. Okay? And if you haven't watched that video, I'd highly recommend that you do, because a lot of the it goes over a lot of the detail about. I'm going to explain briefly what the program is and how it benefits you, but that is really an in-depth view of the program, and you should that last video was an hour long, so you should definitely watch it, and that will explain everything a bit more. So what is the Dropship Launch Accelerator? Well, basically the Dropship Launch Accelerator is a program where we will essentially do it for you. What we do with the Dropship Launch Accelerator is that we guarantee to take your eBay store from zero, selling clothing, from zero to over £1,000 a month within 12 months. And we do it all for you. Now, we do all of the background stuff. So we do all of the administration, we do all of the, we manage your store, we ship all of your orders, we handle all of your customer service, we optimize all of your listings, we run all of those promotions, we do all of the steps that we just shared with you. The 3 fundamental rules. We do that every single day. We log into your account twice a day, manage your entire store operations for up to 1 year until you reach £1,000 a month in sales. The cost of the program right now is just $6.95 to enroll. I don't know how long that's going to stay at that price for, because I've got a couple of stores enrolled already, and I'm already seeing the value it's providing to them. I've got one guy enrolled. He's just coming up to £500 a month in sales, and he's only been enrolled for bloody 7 weeks. So I can, the value the program provides for the price at the moment is just exceptional. Now, the reason why the value of the program is exceptional is because we don't, when you enroll in this program, we don't actually charge you for any of the items that you sell. You don't get charged anything. You just pay the enrollment fee. We do all of the work. You just do listing, which I showed you how to do a moment ago. As you can see, literally, it would take you less than 10 minutes a day to do 10 listings a day. In fact, we only ask you to do 5 listings a day in this program. So you just do your 5 listings per day. We do everything else. Take your store from zero to over £1,000 a month. It does only apply to business sellers. So you do have to, if you do have an eBay account, you will have to switch that over to a business account, and you will have to obviously pay eBay fees. But all the eBay fees come out of the sales, so you won't actually physically be paying any eBay fees yourself. You won't be paying for any shipping. You won't be paying for any products. We cover all that. Your shipping labels are purchased from your sales proceeds, so again, you don't incur any shipping costs. All of the profit that you make for your store for up to 1 year gets paid directly by eBay to your bank account. You don't pay us a single penny until we get your store over £1,000 a month in sales, and then I'll explain what happens then. But you get to keep all of the profit your store makes for up to 1 year until we reach this target. And on top of that as well, it gets better. We also guarantee this success. So we guarantee that we get your store to £1,000 a month in sales, and we guarantee that we do that inside of 12 months. And if we don't, all of the money that you've been paid by eBay, which is your profit, the difference between what you've paid for the program, which is £695 to enroll today, the difference between what the program cost and what you've made, if we fail, we'll pay back to you. I honestly couldn't give you a better offer. It's absolutely exceptional for what we do. Right, so let me just tell you a little bit more about the program, to just explain how, a bit more about how it works. So to qualify for the program, I mentioned about being a business seller. You do need to be a business seller because you do need to operate an eBay store. Now, you need to open an eBay store, which costs £30 a month. The sales will pay for that store. Okay, so day one, yes, when you open a store, you will probably incur a charge for your store, which will be, I think it's £25 plus VAT, I think, for business sellers currently. You'll incur a charge. eBay will probably charge you a card, a couple of days later. But as you start putting products on, you'll probably get your first sale within the first 10 days. Keep putting your $5 on every single day, and within the first month, you'll easily cover your store cost, all your fees, all your shipping labels covered, and you'll be well on your way to reaching this £1,000 a month level that we guarantee to get you to. Now, to qualify for the program, you need to first and foremost provide access to your store. That's so we can actually log into your store every single day, and we can do all the management stuff that we need to do in order to get your store up off the ground and up to £1,000 a month in sales. For eBay and Etsy stores, obviously this program, which is called the Dropship Launcher, works for other marketplaces as well, but we're specifically talking about clothing reselling in this video, so I'll just talk about clothing reselling today. For eBay stores, you will need to create 5 new listings in your store each day, and ignore this bit, our best-selling products, because when you go to our catalog, you can actually see it gives you a sell-through rate here. So if you wanted to actually see what are the best-selling products to list, you can sort it by sell-through, and if we scroll to the top, we can just go through sell-through rates. Some products in our catalog haven't got sell-through rates because it's a pretty recent feature, but we are slowly adding the sell-through rates of the products. These sell-through rates are it's not data we made up, it's actual sell-through rates using eBay TerraPeak data, and we update these at least on a monthly basis as well. So you can see, if you go to the top, you can see some of these items have got really high sell-through rates. This is the data we're getting from TerraPeak, actual data for the last 90 days, and it gives you a brief description of how we obtain that data as well. So if you want the best-selling items, go to the catalog, auto by sell-through, and just add these items to your watch list, and then add those items to eBay, and then you're instantly selling the best-selling products. Right. So that's all you need to do, is you need to create 5 listings a day. If you do that, if you remember rule number 1, if you watched the beginning of this video, rule number 1 is to create listings every single day. You need to create 5 per day. That's your part of this program, and that's all you need to do. It will take you literally less than 5 minutes per day. You create 5 listings per day. We do everything else. We guarantee we'll get your store from 0 up to £1,000 a month within 12 months. Again, it does apply to Shopify, but that's a different thing. That's another video. If you're interested in that, I'll make another video in the next couple of days, hopefully, which will explain a bit more about how that works for Shopify and also for Etsy as well. It's not to do with, we don't sell clothing on Shopify or Etsy, we sell other products. Right, the benefits for you is that you get to set the prices of the products you sell, which you can. Like I said, if you use our import templates, the pricing is already set for you. We use eBay TerraPeak to price our items. We review the pricing again on a monthly basis, so that we're always reviewing the prices based on the last 90 days, so it keeps our pricing up to date with what people are actually selling items for on the marketplace. But you have the freedom to set the prices yourself. We're not charging you for the products you sell, so we actually don't care what you sell them for. Now obviously, if you sell all the items for £1, we're going to say to you, well, it's going to be really difficult for you to grow your store up to £1,000 a month in sales. So I would probably advise that you didn't do that. My best advice is to stick with the list price, allow us to do our part with all the promotions that we'll run, which will help drive traffic, and that is the fastest way to get your store up and over £1,000 a month in sales. So like I said earlier, we cover the cost of the product and ship every order for free. So the shipping labels come out of your sales. So when the buyer makes a payment, we buy the shipping label through your eBay, and you don't pay anything at all for the product. The product is completely free until we get your store over £1,000 a month in sales, and I'll explain just a moment how that works afterwards. So we then go into your store every single day. We optimize your store for growth. We manage your listings, ad campaigns, promotions, shipping, handle all of your customer service. If a customer reaches out to you, asks a question, we'll go in and we'll answer it for you. You literally don't need to do anything. The only thing you need to do is list every day. It's the only thing we ask you to do. And finally, you get to keep all the profit that your store makes. 100% of the profit gets paid directly to your bank account, and you don't need to pay us anything throughout the entirety of the program. Now, once you reach £1,000 a month in sales, this is what happens. Option one, we give you two options. Option one, we transition the daily operations to you. So throughout the program, you'll be inside our seller community, and you'll generally be communicating with us on and off, about, we'll keep you updated with what we're doing. We actually give you a weekly performance report that we send through to you once a week anyway. So, we can have a discussion about how your store's doing. We will teach you how to do this. So as the program progresses, we will gradually show you and give you advice along the way on what we're actually doing, how we're doing it, and how we're actually building your store. And we'll give you tips in order so that when you take over the store, you know how to not only keep your store at £1,000 a month, you'll also know how to grow it as well. So the first option for you, once we get your store to £1,000 a month, is that we transition the daily operations to you. You start paying for the products, and we'll continue to give you ongoing support like I just mentioned. Option two is you can re-enroll your store, and we will continue doing what we're doing. We'll continue to cover all the product costs for free, continue to ship all your orders for free, and we'll continue to manage your store just in the same way as we did for the initial 1,000. We'll do that for another year, or until we get your store to 2,000 a month. So it's a re-enrollment program that allows you to reinvest back into your store to get you to the next level. So once you get to 1,000, you can re-enroll. We'll get you to 2,000. Now the re-enrollment cost is currently $395 plus 20 weekly payments of £100 a week. Now it's priced this way because once we get your store to £1,000 a month in sales, we expect that you'll be making a 40% net margin, which is generally what we see. So you will be making enough money to pay for this re-enrollment. So you're paying for a re-enrollment, which essentially we've generated all the sales to cover that re-enrollment cost. So you'll already have the money there available to you to pay for re-enrollment, and then you can just grow your store to 2,000, and then by the time you get to 2,000, you're going to be making £800 a month in profit. Right. So like I said, we continue managing your store. All that we ask that you do if you re-enroll is that you increase your daily listing goal from 5 to just 10 per day. Because in order to get your store from 1,000 up to the next level, up to 2,000, we need to drive more traffic, which means we need more listings. So we'll ask you to increase your listing goal every day, and then that will help us drive more traffic along with what we do as well on the inside. And we will then build your store for the next 12 months. We'll back it with another guarantee where if you're not guaranteed to make the equivalent in profit, literally profit, what's paid to your bank account, the cost of the enrollment, which is $2,395 in total because you're paying 20-week payments of £100 plus the $395 re-enrollment fee. If you don't make that back within the next 12 months, we will pay you we will pay you back the difference. This is how confident we are in being able to do this for you. So like I said, we'll continue to cover the cost of the product, continue to ship all the orders for free until your account reaches £2,000 per month in sales. And then what happens then is we go back, we'll give you another two options. You can either transition, you go, right, okay, I'm happy now with the profit it's making, I'll take over from here, or we can give you a price for re-enrollment. Obviously I haven't got prices for re-enrollment. It will be more because the amount of money that we're having to invest in you in terms of free product, and our time as well, each time you re-enroll your store to get to the next level, the re-enrollment fee will just get higher and higher. But the profit that you will make will always be backed by a guarantee as well, where the re-enrollment fee, you will always be guaranteed to make more than what the re-enrollment costs. Absolutely. And like I said, we offer that guarantee every time we re-enroll you. So we continue to optimize your store for growth, do all the same as what we were doing before, except from we're not going to 1,000, we're going to 2,000, and you continue to keep all the profit your store makes. So why would you want to choose to re-enroll? So the reason you choose to re-enroll is because we would continue to cover all your product costs. So where you would be making a 40% net profit whilst enrolled in the program, once we transition to you, you can expect that to halve. So your net profit, because the cost, once you start paying for the cost of the products, your net profit is probably going to drop to about 20%. So if you re-enroll, it's actually more beneficial for you to re-enroll than it is to transition. And this is how we've deliberately built the program in this way. So just moving on to some frequently asked questions. So here's some questions that we generally get asked about the program. So how long does it take to reach £1,000 a month in sales? So on average, it takes at least 6 months to 12 months is what we generally say. So expect to be committed to this program if you enroll for at least 6 months, and that's a daily listing target of 5 listings per day for 6 months. Okay, takes literally 5-10 lists per day at the most, using the methods I've already shown in this video. Anyone can do this. You don't need to be a computer wizard. You don't need to have any eBay experience whatsoever. Like I said, we handle everything for you. We've got 16 years of experience on eBay. Like I said, I've personally sold over 100,000 items on eBay and done multiple millions in sales on the platform as well. Will you have access to your account? Yes, you absolutely will have access to your account at all times. We only need access to manage your orders, your listings, your ad campaigns, promotions, shipping, customer service, and those things. How do you provide access to your account? Well, you do this with a temporary shared password. So you would not give us your password. You would go to eBay, you would create a new password. So you don't share your current password with us because you might use that password for other things. Create a random temporary shared password. We would ask you to provide that shared password with us securely through our seller community, which you would do that through a private DM. That's completely encrypted and secure. We would then use that password to do an initial login to your store, so we could be able to log in on a daily basis, because we generally log in twice a day throughout the week. And then we would then have access to your account and be able to go in and do everything that we need to do. And both of us will have access. So you'll be able to use access to your account in the same way as you normally do, and we will have access to do what we need to do. If your account requires OTP, which is a one-time passcode, which you usually get to your phone or get to your authenticator app, every time we log in, we always let you know in advance when we're going to log in. We'll let you know at least 5-10 minutes before. We'll reach out, we'll say, hey, we're just about to log into your account, and then as we log into your account, if we need to request an OTP, such as a passcode, we'll request that for you. You can then provide that OTP to us again securely via DM through our seller community, again, which I mentioned is secure, and we will use that one-time passcode to access your account there and then. Once we finish, we'll come out of the account. Next time we log in, we'll let you know again. So you know, every time that we access your account, we let you know. So there's no unauthorized access to your account that you don't know about, and you would have to approve every single login. If you've got your phone with you, it literally takes a few seconds to do. So how often do we need access to your account? So we need access to your account throughout the entirety of the program. So in order for us to do what we need to do to get your store up to £1,000 a month in sales, we need to be able to access your store every single day. This is generally done once in the morning, once in the afternoon, and that's Monday to Friday. And then on the weekend, we generally do one login per day, one on a Saturday, one on a Sunday. May miss a day because sometimes we do have to take a break. But generally, yeah, Monday to Friday, excluding bank holidays, it's twice a day without fail. As you say, we'll request no more than 2 times daily. We do this again through a VPN. So if you're an overseas seller and you're selling in the UK, for example, if you're based in, I don't know, say you're based in France, we'll use a French VPN to log into your account. So it seems as if that you're not getting, random locations and IP addresses. So you're not raising any flags for eBay, essentially, of any unauthorized account usage or something like that. And we use the same VPN every single day. And like I mentioned, we will always notify you of any attempt to log in. Are there any additional costs? So aside from the enrollment fee, which is $6.95, everything like subscriptions, fees, shipping labels will be covered by your sales revenue. Certainly not within the first few days, because as you open a store and you create an eBay shop, you will have an initial charge from eBay. That's just part of the program. That charge will be a basic store, which is about £30. That's a monthly charge, which is recurring, but I can guarantee you, it has so far with every store we've enrolled, you're guaranteed to cover that. That fee will be covered by your sales. Guaranteed. And yeah, all net payouts from eBay are paid directly to your bank account, and that is your profit, and we'll show this profit amount on your weekly performance report so you can see how much money you've actually made out of the program as well. So and finally, how much profit does £1,000 a month in sales equate to? As I did touch on a little bit earlier, £1,000 a month in sales, you can expect 40% net margin, which is £400 a month, excluding the cost of the program. Like I said, once we transition over to you, if you decide to take over and you just want to take over your store from 1,000, once you start paying for the products, expect about a 20% product cost, so your net margin drops to about 20%. But in my honest opinion, you're better off re-enrolling. And finally, this is the video I was talking about right at the earlier on about the first video I put on YouTube, which is basically me essentially getting grilled by tons of people on Reddit when I posted this program on Reddit and asked people to criticize it. They did exactly that. I answered every single comment openly and transparently, and you can see all of that in this video. I highly recommend you watch this video. That's me there smiling, as you can see. Right, so this is the chap I was on about earlier on. This is Ben, based in the UK. He enrolled with us. I've put him on the website because he is one of our most recent enrollees for clothing reselling anyway. This is Ben's actual watch list. These are the products that he currently has active on his eBay store right now. So this is an actual live watch list. 7 weeks ago Ben enrolled, and this is what his sales look like. So this is updated every Friday. So as of Friday, his sales were at 456, quite small, not sure if you can see that. His sales were at 456. Now obviously we're in his account logging every day. I was in his account this morning and his sales were just touching shy of £500, and that's within 7 weeks. So we're really confident with the way things are going with Ben's store. We can absolutely do the same for you as well. And this comment here is actual comment that Ben gave back to me literally after enrolling in the program. He was like, this is insane, like why would nobody do this? So yeah, that is basically everything about the program. If you have any questions, you can actually ask a question down here on the website itself. If it's a great question, we'll make it public so everyone can see it. Otherwise, go into the seller community, which I showed you the link earlier on. Come and ask me some questions, or if you want more info, if I haven't answered something here, you can just book a call with me. Click on book a call, and you can actually access the seller community via the book a call page as well. And tell us what you're interested in. So you're interested in Dropship Launch Accelerator, which is what I just explained. You're interested in selling Preloved clothing, and just book a slot with me and we can have a quick discussion. Just if there's, we'll answer some final questions you might have, and then we'll just get you enrolled in the program and we'll get you started literally the following day. We can get you set up straight away. So that's pretty much everything I've just explained. This is our retailer app. which you'll have access to as well. That's for another video. But yeah, but that's pretty much it. That is my advice for anyone who is interested in selling pre-loved clothing or getting into selling pre-loved clothing. Those are essentially my rules for, you know, sort of creating and building eBay stores. It's worked for me for many years. It's working now in our Dropship Launch Shadow because we're doing it for other people. You can follow those rules, you can implement it yourself, or if you like the sound of the Dropship Launch Accelerator program, you want to enroll in that, because I think you should. It provides literally exceptional value for the price at the moment. Let's get your store enrolled. Let's get you up and running within the next day or two. And yeah, within 12 months, you'll be up to £1,000 a month, and we would have done it all for you anyway. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave that video there. I'm trying to start something on YouTube, so I would appreciate if you could give a thumbs up for this video if you've liked any of the content that I've provided here today. Hopefully I've provided some kind of value. And do subscribe if you do want to learn more, if you want to hear more from me, or you want more tips. I will be sure to create more content as long as there is more people interested in what I have to say. Anyway, I'll leave you there because I feel like I'm rambling on, and this video has gone on for an hour and 11 minutes. I seem to just talk forever when I come on here. Anyway, I'm going to upload this video in one take because, to be honest, I haven't got time to edit it. And yeah, whatever. I think it's more natural if I do that anyway. I'll leave it there, and hopefully I can start working with some of you guys in the near future. Anyway, take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.